Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, Prowler only. Last time, I don't remember, I think we killed Namatsu last time. It has been a long time since last time, at least for me. And yes, this is how long it's been. We're pretty much done with everything. All we have to do is do the cross hunts and clear those out. Took incredibly long, or an incredibly long amount of time, but I'm done, and I'm very happy to be done with grounding the deviants because it takes forever and is not the most fun thing to do by yourself. Either way, today we'll be taking on Grimclaw Tigrex. Number one, we need to go get our thunder weapon. We're gonna go ahead, go to our prep area, equip our Legia Anchor R. I do not believe I've shown this off yet. We did go ahead and hunt some hopper monsters. Again, don't worry, and I might have covered this before. It has been quite a while since I recorded an actual episode, but don't worry about it. It's just some hyper monsters. We'll actually cover hyper monsters later once we get into G rank, but for now, we wanted the Legia Anchor R, which had a whole lot quest line we had to do just to be able to farm the Legia, just hyper Legia Chris by itself. Either way, we'll equip that. If you do not have the Legia Anchor R, don't worry, your regular Legia Chris Anchor will work. It will just be a little bit weaker. But right now, we're going to go ahead and equip Critical Up Large. We have reached level 50. Again, don't know if we had before, but we've reached level 50, so now we can have Element Attack Up, Critical Up Large, and Boomerang Pro all together in a neat little package. Of course, I'm going to immediately switch off of Critical Up Large and go to earplugs because we are fighting a Grimclaw Tigrex, and earplugs are very much appreciated. I'm going to switch off of our trap because we are fighting this Grimclaw in the Polar Field. And the Polar Field is an arena which we cannot use traps. Go ahead and eat our meal really quickly. Try and grab that hurler. We did get it indeed. That will make it better. And since Grimclaw is not an elemental monster, at least not for the most part, we'll go ahead and use Dread King armor. Alright, we'll take Grimclaw Tigrex. Also, it has a Tigrex in the quest, so we'll be getting the Hunt of the Day reward once we complete it. Alright, we'll head out. Alright, so the Polar Field, I believe we've been here before whenever we hunted Snow Baron. But, I mean, it's pretty much just Big Ice Arena. This gives Grimclaw Ice Element on his boulders, same with regular Tigrex. Not really sure, I'm not attacking there. I do have earplugs, that's the whole point. But if you've ever fought Brute Tigrex, this should be a very similar monster. He's a lot stronger, of course, just considering he is a deviant, but he's going to have a lot of similar moves. Number one, his claws are a lot stronger. They are very tough. Do not try to swap at them. You will bounce. And you can see there, he has a very wide range of attacks he can use, and a very wide range. Also, he almost killed us completely in one shot, so we have to be careful. Now, considering the fact that I haven't fought this guy in a long time, you can see I'm a little rusty, and it's going to take me a little bit to try and get used to the fight again. On the bright side, it shouldn't take too long, considering there is a Tigrex. Also, another thing about him is that he does have a lot of tremor attacks, so if you do have tremor resist, you might want to throw that on instead of earplugs, or throw it on with earplugs and just be able to negate a lot of his annoying tricks. Of course, the head is always the best. Pretty much on any Tigrex, the head is the best thing to go for. But if you really just need some raw damage put out, the back legs are also pretty decent. Around here, he's going to roar. If you're behind him, his roar does not reach from the center of his body. It comes from his mouth. So you should be safe most of the time if you're behind him. Just go for that leg there. He's going to do some boulder swaps. Get a charging roar. Just try and run away from that. He does have steam eruptions once he gets enraged. He'll kind of slam his paw into the ground and kind of explode, or make it explode. Try and go for this here. The tail is also not a bad option, but pretty much just going for the head or the back legs. If you go for the back legs, you get a trip. And when he is enraged, I do believe his claws are a weak spot. Not the tip of his claws, but his arms are. You can still hear the bouncing from the claws. Alright, here comes another stomping charge. We like to dodge into that. Just cutting it a little closer once he slammed his paw into the ground there, but we're still doing fine. Alright, there's a paw slam. We'll throw a couple here. Go back into moving. Alright, here comes the big paw slam. Thankfully, our cats are taking some of the aggro right now, so we get some free shots off. All right, here comes a slam. Just kind of dodging away from that. Again, I don't remember his exact patterns. We're kind of figuring this out together. Let's dodge into that. Oh, soothing roll since it's free. Might as well. Don't have to risk getting hit out of my swap whenever I get out of my adept dodge there. Let's throw a couple here after he bites. And he's back to rage mode. Usually when he enrages, same with regular Tigrex, you can throw a Mega Boomerang at him. So go ahead and try and use that. He's gonna do a charge here. Actually got the dodge off. Thought I was a little early, but I was not. Get some damage off there. There's a sweep. We need to go ahead and apply our buffs again. All right, good. Should get some free time here. Let's just dodge into him here. Oh, that actually did trimmer, or not a trimmer, it actually did damage. Okay, he didn't hit me there. From what I remember from fighting or leveling up the deviants here, Grimclaw was actually better to go behind him immediately and force him to head turn. Of course, he can still do this charge here, but you can pretty easily account for that. Like here, we're gonna dodge under him. Do some damage, wait for him to attack. He did not attack since he got flinched, so we get some free damage off. We'll dodge into here again. It's a very dangerous playstyle, and you do have to have an adept cat for it. Here comes the roar. Just dodge into it here. He's gonna do another one. We'll just get behind him. Go for those back legs. Again, if you get a trip, that's great. You can go immediately for the face, but as you catch him on head turns, you can go for the face while he's doing that too. All right, he's enraged. Remember, Mega Boomerang. This is gonna be a little slow coming out since I didn't get on it. Hopefully we'll be fine. He just back hops out of the way of it. That's fine too, I guess. Throw a charged one there. He's actually focusing on our cat, so I'm gonna go for his back legs here. Go for those back legs. Okay, remember in multi-deviant hunts, the extra monster will appear about 10 minutes into the hunt. Either that or immediately after you kill the first one. Whichever one happens first. Surprisingly though, Grimclaw is not the last monster. I was under the impression that usually you fight the deviant last, but not in this time. Which I guess makes some sense since Tigrex is a lot weaker than regular Grimclaw. They don't want you taking down regular Tigrex before you take down the deviant. But we should be able to pretty easily make quick work of him since he is by himself. That's a lot of the issues I have with deviants is whenever you are fighting another monster with them, they are just a lot harder. So now that we just kind of get free time in the beginning to kill this one, even whenever they do add regular Tigrex on into the fray, we shouldn't have to worry too much. Didn't get hit by the rumbling charge there. All right, we got the dodge off. Yes, do be careful when he does the stomping charge wherever he's upright. He will do a lot of trimmer, especially around his center. And it's very easy to get comboed by if you don't adept dodge immediately, pretty much. All right, here comes the spin. We'll just dodge into that pretty easily. Very easy telegraphed attack. As long as you're not greedy, you should easily be able to dodge it. If I can say easily enough. Here comes another one. It does reach pretty far, so don't just try to get out of the way of it if you don't have a little forethought. If you do have an adept cat. If you don't have an adept cat, you kind of have to get away from it. Or if you don't have an adept cat, I believe I said that incorrectly there. Oh well, he is tired out now. So he's gonna taunt. We'll go for that face. Don't believe if you break the claw, it makes it a better hit zone. Though I could be misremembering that. There we go. Nice flinch. Go for big boomerangs here. And that extra elemental damage is definitely helping out quite a bit. There we go. He's gonna fall over. Always when a Tigrex is tired out, his charges will always lead into a fall over. We really want to emphasize that it's pretty much an easy guarantee to get some damage off. Especially if you have Mega Boomerangs. We don't have any more right now, but we will have some in the future. Hopefully he doesn't have to go into exhaustion mode again and we can just kill him outright. Go under him here. Comes another. We're going to get right up close and personal. Do some spins on his face here. But yeah, if you're having issues with positioning, just try and get behind him. You can force head turns pretty easily there. And just, you know, make him very predictable. Got a flinch, that's great. We'll go for these arms. Comes another stomping tantrum, we'll just get under him there. Go for these back legs since they are in front of us and do a spin on it. That's good. Punish him. Good, another flinch. Roar. Dodge that roar. I'm sure regular Tigrex will be making his entrance very shortly. Actually got hit by the claw push there. We're fine, we're fine. Let him roar. We have our plugs for that reason. Great. All right, we've hit the 10-minute mark, so I assume regular Tigrex will be making his entrance shortly. We get a knockdown, so he should be pretty low on health, or at least somewhat low on health. I'd say probably at least 50%, which isn't really low, but we are getting quite a few knockdowns from him. I believe that one was just from a claw break, but still. There was the other claw going out. Dodge that. Yeah, just adept dodge that. Don't believe it has tracking, it just has a very large hitbox. We could have went left and just got out of the way of it, but we're fine. Usually, pretty much whenever you're fighting a Tigrex, once he head turns, figure out which side you're on and go that way. So if you're on his right side here, or our right, try and just continue going that way. Unless, of course, you are up against the wall, then just try and get out of the way as much as possible. We also have Ice Plat. I'm going to heal that off really quickly. All right, here comes another roar. I don't believe I was actually in damage range for that, but I was in roar range, and that proc the dodge. Even if you have earplugs, the dodge will still proc. And we killed him. That was not hard at all. So this hunt is pretty much completed. Regular Tigrex is not an issue. We are going to try and get some carbs off here. Not that we really need them, but it's still nice to have it. Thankfully, we have these earplugs, so we can just carve for free while he roars at us. We'll take some damage here, or not. We'll just get wind pressed. So now we just have to fight the Tigrex. And again, this hunt is pretty much finished. Once you kill Grimclaw, this Tigrex will not put up a fight compared to Grimclaw, so we'll just go ahead and try and finish him off. And just due to how regular Tigrex spawned, I'm wondering if you just don't have to kill Grimclaw first and then they'll spawn, and you don't have to worry about time limits or anything like that. I think you kind of have to, though. That's usually a deviant staple. But I mean, hey, I'm fine with it. Don't mind taking them all on individually. Again, since we have adept dodges, Tigrex is a non-issue. I mean, regular Tigrex, I mean. The worst thing he has are his charges, and those are just very easily negated. Actually, his charges are pretty easy to dodge without the adept dodges, too. Remember, all Tigrexes, you can just throw a Mega Boomerang here. There's only 2 of them with Prowler, or 2 of them that you can fight with Prowler, so, I mean, I guess that's a thing. You don't fight Brute with Prowler. Go left. He's gonna taunt. After Tigrex jumps twice, he always taunts, so use that as a chance to use a Mega Boomerang. I should have, I didn't notice it. If he's gonna bounce, yes, good. If he does another one, we can immediately attack after. Yes, good. Easy, 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 very easy chance to get some massive damage off from our Mega Boomerang. All right, let's get closer to him. Our buffs are like running out one by one. Just trying to fight this. We're gonna get hit by that. Or not, we're gonna soothing roll. That's fine too. All right, good. Keep trying to go for some damage here. We'll spin. There's a claw shove. Go ahead and just spin on his face here as he head turns. Dodge into the bite. We actually don't even adept dodge it, so we can catch him on the head turn. Tried to dodge under that. That did not work there. Alright, well, he's going to taunt here, so we'll go for some more damage. Mega Boomerang for free. Alright, he's going to Rage, too. That's a great chance for a Mega Boomerang. Throw it low so we can clip his head while he runs towards us. We actually cut the tail. That's nice. Alright, here comes the spin. Dodge the charge. Throw 2. Dodge into this one. Follow close behind. If he finishes with a taunt here, he does not. He doesn't usually. The little extra taunts that are outside of the jump, I don't know the exact timing of. And they might just be random. It might just be a Q in his AI. But now we can throw this since he is exhausted. Let's try and get a claw break. There we go. Didn't actually knock him over, but we got some good damage off. There's another claw break. Here comes the tackle. Remember, just dodge into it, and then you can counterattack for massive damage. Throw another one. Should get a clinch. Alright, we'll trade damage here. I'm fine with that. Again, we're dealing a lot more damage to him than he is dealing to us. There we go. Good. He's going to turn around once more. Get some damage off there. Only going to go off on the claws. That's fine, though. Let's go for this face here. Glad I saved that last those last 2 bars of gauge, so I could actually apply my buffs here. There 2. Alright, good. There we go. And he's down. Not even 20 minutes for that one, surprisingly. I thought that would take a little bit longer, but it didn't. Since we really weren't bothered fighting Grimclaw, and since they kind of both share the same health pool, it was very easy, so I'll go ahead and meet you back at base. Alright, we'll pop in here into the prep area and go ahead and just look at that equipment. Will obviously be very similar to Dread King armor here at 106 defense for the head. And for the weapon, I think it's not great. Since we do like our element, it's a very high close range weapon and raw, negative 20% affinity. If you are using a bomber cat, like pure bombs, this is not a bad weapon to have since it generally doesn't worry about sharpness or affinity at all. You can just kind of use that very high raw in your melee attack to do lots and lots of damage. Also, it has negative 25% affinity on your boomerang attack. And just to compare it to the Crystal Beard Iron, it's not even as good as that because this one has 200 melee attack, and yeah, it has negative 10% affinity and yellow sharpness, but if you're using pure bombs, bombs don't take that into calculation. They deal fixed damage and they don't worry about sharpness or affinity. They just take pure raw. But sleep element doesn't even matter too, and it has a positive plus 30% affinity. Not really gonna do too much, but I mean, hey, it helps. Other than that, we're done with Grimclaw. And with Grimclaw being down, we only have a few more left. Go ahead and name them off really quickly here. Stonefist, Dread Queen, Drill Tusk, Crystal Beard, Deadeye, and Hellblade Glavenus. That's about, what, 6 of them? Yeah, 6 of them. So I believe that's our halfway point. If I haven't at any point said, we also have the Deadeye fans for our cats. We made those. That's just going to be our best high rank poison weapon for our Pralicos to have, just throwing out for poison damage. It's nice to have. They're not applying it too often, at least from what I've been able to tell. If they had like piercing boomerangs or something like that, they would be putting on a lot more, but it's not too important. We are dealing the most of the damage. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. Please consider leaving a comment below and consider subscribing. Until next time, bye.